Hi, I'm Michelle and welcome to our stretching session today. We're going to go through some gentle stretches to help you just relax and unwind at home. We're going to start with a series of stretches. I'll be started sitting and then we're going to move into kneeling and then lying down. So all you'll need at home is a towel. So I've got a little towel here ready to go and perhaps a cushion and somewhere comfortable to lie down. We'll just start with some nice shoulder rolls. So here we go, breathing in, lift up. Take the shoulders into big circles, breathe out and take them down. And again, it feels good to get some tension out of those neck and shoulders, doesn't it, at the moment? Breathe it out and down. And once more, breathing in and breathing out and down. You can do a little lift and let go. And once more, lift up and let go and take it down. Now let's start linking your fingers together. I'm going to roll the shoulders forward. So we're going to be stretching out the middle back. So in this position, breathing in, breathing out, really round the shoulders and stretch out. So you're pushing the back of your hands forward and the stretch is between the shoulder blades. So you can really round the shoulders here. And again, breathing in. And breathe out, round and press forward. You can take your chin down towards your chest so you can stretch the back of your neck as well. And one more of those, breathing in and breathing out, round forward. And take it down. Hands behind. So this time we're going to lift away from the back. So breathing in and breathing out and lift the hands up away from your back as high as you can go. So I'm trying to get my hands right up high there to stretch through the front of my shoulders. And I'm taking my chin down towards my chest as well. And let's do that again, breathing in and breathing out and lift up. And once more here, breathing in and breathing out and lift up and away. And now bring the hands back down behind your back, really press them down and bring your chin down the opposite way so that you're really starting to lengthen through the sides of the neck and through that muscles that tend to tense up through the shoulders. And coming back. All right, do you have your towel handy? If you haven't, just take a moment to grab it. What we're going to do is start to stretch out our chest and open up for our posture and for our breathing. Move your hands, I've got my hands much wider than shoulder width there, haven't I? So I've got my hands, quite a bit further than my shoulders, past my elbows actually when they're out to the sides. And we're going to go into a V stretch. This is the V stretch. I'm going to stretch up tall here. So right up high, there in that position. If your shoulders are sore, just take this within your range of comfort at home. So I'll just come around sideways. So we're going to breathe in and breathe out and push your chest forward in that position. So the stretch is obviously through the front of the shoulders here. And take into that position there. Again, breath in. As you breathe out, really push your chest forward and open up. And that's a really nice postural stretch. So if you're inclined towards slumping a bit, that's a really nice way to help you stand tall. Breathing in and breathing out. Now from that position, if you feel a little bit more or you'd like to progress a little bit more, you can just bring the arms down slightly and take it into a T stretch. So this is our T stretch and back up to the V stretch. And once more, take it down into the T stretch and back up to the V and bring the towel back up and over. I'll just come side on. We're going to finish here with a little stretch for our middle back. Bring your knees together, turn around, right around and look up over your right shoulder. Lift your chest tall. Using my hand on my thigh there to really rotate through my back. And I'll come back around and the other side, breathing in and breathing out. And I'm holding on behind the chair and the thigh to really rotate my back there. So this stretches through, rotates through those joints in the back. Really nice way of getting some back relief. And coming back. And just before we go into kneeling onto the ground, bring your legs wide, hands on your thighs so you support your back. Big breath in, lift your chest. Breathe out, come forward and down just slowly as far as your back allows you. And at the point that you feel that you need to stop, Bring your chin down towards your chest and lift and roll, breathe out and come back up. Shoulders forward, up, back and around. Let's repeat that again. Maybe you can go a little bit deeper this time. So breathing in, come forward and down, lead with the chest, chin down towards the ground, head down, and now lift and roll slowly. Shoulders are up and around, and let's do that one last time. Big breath in, and come forward and down, starting to stretch out through the back, stretch out through the bottom, and lift and roll. The shoulders are coming up, forward, up, back and down. So let's now move into our kneeling position. Now's the time to get your cushion, or you could use your towel rolled up if you'd like that to go underneath your knees. Let's move down now. So coming down into kneeling now, we're just going to work through a nice little progression here of exercises. I'm just going to use a towel underneath my knees because I'm on hard surface here. You might use a cushion to kneel on at home as well. Coming onto all fours, so spread your fingers wide, take your knees about hip width apart, and keeping the gaze down here, breathing in and lift up, really round through your middle back. So you're really separating the shoulder blades, really, and letting them track around the chest wall and take it down. And again, breathing in, breathing out, really round through the back, upper back. Head down, crown of the head towards the ground, breathe out. And once more here, nice smooth movement, breathing in and breathing out. And come back and walk the hands back up. Now, coming up into a lunge position. So we're going to stretch out through the front of our hips. This is particularly good if you've been doing a lot of sitting at home where those hip flexor muscles can become tight. So I'm going to slowly here take the left foot out in front. So walk your left foot out in front. Try and get a good distance between that heel of the front foot and the back knee. So slide the back knee back as far as you can. Now we're just going to go into a gentle lunge stretch here. So just tilt forward gently. Don't bounce at the bottom, just take it gently forward, breathing out, and sink down so that you can feel the stretch through the front of your hip there. So that's where you're feeling the stretch. I just rest my body weight on the other thigh and just sink into that stretch gradually. So that should feel quite comfortable. And let's slowly release. And we're going to move into the same thing on the other side. So take that leg down. We're going to take the right foot forward. Again, get some nice distance between that front heel and the back knee. Again, leaning on the front thigh, breathing in and breathing out. Lunge it forward, so really sink down through the hip, and you should feel that stretching through the front of the left hip now. Again, not bouncing at the bottom of the stretch, just keeping it smooth and steady. And let's come back up slowly. Now bring the knee back onto your cushion or onto your towel roll. Bring both hands down onto the ground. And now we're going to slide back to stretch out our lower back. So bring your bottom back down towards your heels. Your elbows can come down onto the mat there, and your head can come down. So try and sink down as far as you can. Once you're in that position, if you're able to, if your shoulders allow you, you can stretch forward with your arms, spread your fingers wide, head down, breathing in, and breathe out in that position. And so this is stretching the muscles through your bottom, right through your lower back. And if you've got your arms extended, it's also stretching in through to your sides as well. So really think about breathing into the back here. Breath in, fill up the lungs, and let it go. And your head can maybe even rest right down on the mat. Once more, breathing in and breathing out. Really walk the hands out, stretching down into the bottom, into the back. And now just take a moment, walk the arms down by your sides, head down, and just take a moment to relax here. You can allow your shoulders just to relax forward, just before we move onto the ground. to finish off our stretches lying down. All right, let's bring the hands back through. And we're to come into lying down now. So I'm rolling over and just coming back into that lying back position. This time you can use your pillow. So again, pillow underneath the head, and we're going to lie back and come right down. So how are you feeling at home? I hope you're managing to start to relax and unwind with these stretches. Let's take the hands just slightly away from the body. Knees are coming together. We're going to start with just a really gentle lumbar rotation. So breathing in, breathe out and roll to one side. Remembering when you do your lumbar rotations, keep your feet on the ground. It's much safer for your back to have that support of the feet on the ground. And that gets a lovely rotation through the joints and the muscles in the lower back and the bottom. And we're coming back up, breathing in and breathing out. It feels really good to stretch today. I haven't stretched all week without my classes on, so it's really nice to be stretching. And coming back to centre. And now let's take it into a pelvic tilt. So we're going to flatten the lower back into the mat and roll back through. And again, flattening out, just taking it down and roll back through. Bring your right knee into the chest and extend the left leg right down. So we're doing a nice tuck here, stretching through the right buttock. So this is stretching down and through the bottom muscle. And now we're going to extend the leg up towards the ceiling. Now with this stretch, keep the knee slightly bent and always keep your toe pointed to the ceiling. That way you stop stretching the nerves down into your back. So it's much better to keep the toe pointed with this particular stretch, and we're obviously just stretching through the back of our thighs. Now you can reach around the back of your thigh. If you're a bit more flexible, you can reach around the calf and bring the leg back closer. And you can see that my hamstrings are quite tight. I really need to work on my hamstring flexibility. And this is a lovely long sustained stretch, breathing in and breathing out. Give your muscles time to relax at home. And now let's take that leg down. Let's do the same thing on the side. So we're going to bring the left knee in towards the chest. If your knees are sore, bring your hand behind the thigh rather than in front of the thigh, pressing in front of the shin, I should say. Pressing the leg in towards your body. And now we're going to take the leg up again and repeat that hamstring stretch on this side. Bring the leg over and back, and again, work in your range of comfort there, stretching down into the back of the thigh, the hamstring muscles. And if you're able to, you can reach up around the calf and guide that leg in a little bit further back. And take the leg down. Let's finish off here with the final buttock stretch. So we're going to take the right foot up, turn the knee out. Now you can use the hand inside the thigh to turn that knee away, that right knee. If you're flexible and your back feels okay, you can take that leg off the ground to stretch further into the right buttock. So again, it's your choice. Just do what feels comfortable for your body. And lowering the leg down, and let's repeat on the other side. So I've got my left leg coming up, left foot over the right knee, and turning my left knee out. So if I use my hand here as an overpressure, I'll stretch in through the back of my hip. And you might like to keep the stretch here, or if you'd like to regress it a little bit further, bring the leg back off the ground and a little bit closer into your body. And take the foot down. A couple of pelvic tilts to finish. Let's flatten out, lower, press the lower back into the ground, into the mat, and roll back through, and lower back, and back through. And now extend your feet right down. Arms are going to come right up over the top. The big stretch as if you're on the rack. So what you go, fingertips to toes, big breath in, stretch out, and release. And once more, big stretch out, and let it go. And bring your arms back down by your sides. Turn your hands outward. Take a nice deep breath into the belly. Let your belly rise and soften and let the air fall away. Just allow your body to relax. And again, breathing in deeply into the chest, into the belly, and let the air fall away. Let any tension melt away, softening your muscles. And once more, breathing in, deep breath in. Fill up your lungs, fill up your belly, and breathe out. And let the air just fall away. And you might like to stay here for a few moments longer. I'll see you next stretch. Bye for now.